2, 3, go. Yeah, good evening, everyone. This is Mega Comrade Officer Clement Ranomigo Edegbe, broadcasting live from Dallas, Texas, United States. We have our Honorable Commissioner, Prince Kassim Afegbua, the Honorable Commissioner for Okpebolo Administration, and we all know him. He has been doing an outstanding job, and we are happy to have him here today. We have my co-host, Bishop Desmond Osazua from Italy, while I'm in the United States. Welcome to PFN Situation Room, Honorable Commissioner. Please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good evening or good afternoon, as the case may be. It's evening in Nigeria. I'm sure it's afternoon in Dallas. My name is Prince Kassim Afegbua. I'm the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Edo State Government.
Okay, thank you. I know you don't have much time. We are just going to address the elephant in the room. I know you have not watched. You have not watched the former governor, Godwin Obaseki, on the so-called interview that he granted, one-sided interview that he did. You know, as an independent APC man, and I'm very happy that I know him during the end of his administration. So I'm going to be addressing this issue as an independent man today. So I don't know if you have heard him. He indicted the current governor of through a lot of allegations concerning insecurity in the first one. That I don't know what, if you have watched the video, I don't know. So can you let our viewers know if you have watched the video? If you have not, I'll go ahead and let you know exactly what he said.
I haven't watched his interview, but I read a few of his comments, earlier today.
Okay.
I don't think I will waste my time sitting back to listen to the crack rhythms of a former governor who pillaged the resources of the state, who plundered our collective patrimony in such a wanton manner, and now gallivanting all over the world, thinking that he's connecting with the dope people in the diaspora, in the name of remaining relevant. The Obaseki story is one that is not exciting to any rational mind, but for the purpose of history and for what we owe generations present and generations yet to come, it's our duty to present issues the way they are. It is easier for those who failed in the leadership of Edo State, like Obaseki did, to sit back and try to, describe the present government in very unpalatable terms. So we don't expect anything different, because even the party he belongs, the PDP, is presently fraught with problems. There are several factions. Both at the federal level, they are in disarray. At the state level, they are in disarray. But you keep seeing them occasionally coming to respond to issues just to make themselves heard. But Edo, for whatever it is worth, is on the right path of recovering itself from the years of the locusts that Godwin Obaseki plunged it. And I say this with all due sense of responsibility, because one of his vuvuzelas, one of his noisemakers, pasted my telephone number on Facebook and said people should start calling me to say that I was the one trying to destroy MOA, Obaseki's museum. And I got all kinds of calls from very ill-informed persons and individuals who were too much in a hurry to take a position without even understanding the dynamics and the issues behind that museum. So there are quite a number of quite a number of issues, very unpleasant tales that dominated the public discourse about the Obaseki administration. And we have no apology to render anyone on the decisions we are taking to right the wrongs and correct a lot of misconceptions. Because over the years, in 8 years of Obaseki in Edo, it was more of propaganda, Obubuyaya politics, and Obubuyaya reckoning. So we find it very curious when what we had before we came on board and what we saw coming on board.
Hmm.
We are frightened by the level that people can descend to deceive people, to deceive Edo people, claiming projects or claiming achievements that they never merited. So you can ask your questions on specific issues, I will respond to them.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Commissioner. Uh, First of all, you throw light on concerning your phone number that was displayed in public domain. How are you dealing with that, first of all?
Well, I really don't have anything to hide. Uh, some reasonable persons who care to ask questions, they got explanations on our outside of the story. Others who already made up their mind, who are goaded on the path of perfidy, in their support for an outcast government like Obasanjo's own, were abusing me, insulting me, even raining curses on me and my children. God forbid. I retorted that their children will carry those curses. Because if you are on a path of truth and honesty, if you are using your limited knowledge of what obtains in the case of Moa to judge and pass, judgment on me, then you will end up being the recipient of such insults and curses. Because we are on ground here, amigo, we are on ground. Where I am speaking to you from Benin.
Right.
I go out every day. I just got back since morning. We've been on the field trying to, you know, do a few stock taking in terms of what we have done in 1 year in the Edo South axis. And somebody will be sitting down in thousands of kilometers away and be telling you what he's not saying. I will be forming an opinion on the basis of such ignorance. I just take it in his stride. There's nothing much to. I
Okay,
don't
fair.
get bothered about people talking all kind of things. I don't get bothered at all.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you for taking the high road. Let's move forward to the boogie issue concerning Moa. That is number one. Number two, former Governor Baseki claimed that the current administration of His Excellency Senator Monday Okpebolo, who we all know that is doing a outstanding job in Edo. And first of all, I want to congratulate you and His Excellency Senator Monday Okpebolo for the great job you people are doing in Edo. Even though we are in America here, we are seeing it. Our family and others are telling us. Congratulations to you and our boss, our Edo political father, His Excellency Senator Monday Okpebolo. So that being said, let's move
Thank
forward.
you.
God bless you, sir. Concerning Mo, I know you were not in the administration of Godwin Obaseki. You don't know. What can you tell Edo people about it? Because I know Governor Obaseki is a master manipulator. I can say that for free. So yesterday, when he spoke to Edo people, and he know how to prey on their brain, and he will capture it. Can you
Let
tell
me
us what
let
is
me
really
let me
happening?
let let
Yes.
me give you a vivid explanation about
Mhm.
MOA and Legacy Restoration Trust.
Okay.
In on October 20th, 2018, the Omonoba Nedo Ukua Polopolo Obaewari II marked his 2 years in office and also marked his birthday. On that day, Godwin Obaseki attended alongside former President Goodluck Jonathan, Yakubu Gowon, Sultan of Sokoto, and quite a number of other dignitaries. In that ceremony, Obaseki, wearing a suit, stood up to make a public statement, a public address, where he said he had just returned that morning from the Netherlands, where he had gone and held meeting with Benin Dialogue Group with the sole intention of building Benin Royal Museum as a befitting birthday present for His Royal Majesty, the Omonoba Nedo Ukwa Polopolo Obaewari II. Now, when that same ceremony was when they launched an anthology of Benin historical of Benin history, anthology of Benin history. It's a very big publication that contains so many things about the Benin Kingdom. Now, giving about that assurances of a Benin Royal Museum and telling the Oba that that would be a befitting birthday present, he set for himself 3 years to complete that project of a museum. That means from 2018 to 2021, that museum will be completed.
Correct.
According to him, not according to anybody.
Okay.
Now, in our records, there was a presentation to the governor about the need to build a museum under what they call Legacy Restoration Trust. By the time they started building that museum, they made presentation to the ESCO, the cabinet under which Obaseki was chairman, and presented what in their own estimation will be the total cost of building the pavilion for the museum, which stands at 4.1 billion naira. Now, they made ESCO presentations on several occasions where the state government using taxpayers' money, committed 3.8 billion out of the 4.1 billion in building that particular museum.
Wow.
Along the line, the issue of artifacts started surfacing in the discussion. They set up a team, and along the line also, that project was ongoing using Edo State taxpayers' money.
Okay, we can hear you. I think we have a network jam. Bear with us, so it's gonna be. But we have
Yeah, I think it's
yeah, it's network. The
yes,
network is
maybe
Hear
we get back.
okay. Go ahead, Honorable
Okay,
Commissioner.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Right? Okay. Now, if what the quantity surveyor presented to them as the total cost of the pavilion of the museum at 4.1 billion, if Edo State had committed 3.8 billion naira, what was the balance that was left? 300 million. Now, it got to a point that So it got to a point along the line when the artifacts that were stolen were coming. Godwin Obaseki wanted to take ownership of those artifacts. The great Oba of Benin Kingdom thought otherwise. The German government returned 1,200 artifacts. The Netherlands returned 119 artifacts. London and Italy and Sweden returned some other numbers of artifacts. Because they were going to be accompanying these artifacts with money to support the royalty to build a museum, Obaseki, deliberately now corner these resources to say that they are promoting a museum for the great Benin Kingdom. Can you build a museum, a cultural museum in Benin Kingdom without the kingdom? The answer is no.
No.
Now they introduce the crown prince or the son of Omonoba to be one of the members driving that particular museum. At some point, the name of that museum changed from Legacy Restoration Trust to Edo Museum of West African Arts. In 2021, going to 2022, via memos by they started receiving all kinds of money from international donor agencies, government of Germany, of UK, Italy, Sweden, America, in trying to support that particular aspiration. So, Edo Museum of West African Arts was the understanding that this is a museum that would encapsulate anything that has to do with culture, tradition, bronzes, whatever of the Benin Kingdom. Now, following the Ding Dong affair on the issue of the returned artifacts, for which insisted that they have to be under the custody of the monarchy, the Oba approached the late former president, General Muhammadu Buhari, who graciously, backed Oba and wrote a letter conferring those artifacts to the monarch. And thereafter went a step further to gazette that ownership in line with his understanding of those monuments and artifacts. So presently, Oba has a letter to that effect and also the gazette conferring all of the ownership to him. Because the former president reasoned that those artifacts were taken from the Benin Palace in the unfortunate invasion of 1897.
Correct.
So they have to be returned to the rightful owners, and that was what happened. Obaseki presented a letter to Oba in a way of trying to extract his commitment to cede all those artifacts into the Edo Museum of West African Arts. Because Oba smelt a rat, he decided to turn down his signature on that particular request of the government. Then Obaseki became livid with anger and decided to go his way with the museum. Now, here are the issues.
Okay.
When Obaseki was going to leave power having lost election, that is the PDP having lost election to Okpebolo of the APC, he changed the name Edo Museum of West African Arts to Museum of West African Arts, removing Edo from it. Now, we ask question from the man, one of his former staff of Afri Invest in London, by name Philip Iheanacho.
Hmm.
Why did you decide to remove Edo from the museum? He told us during our asset verification interrogation that
Wow.
because of their partners, their donors, that Edo was not sellable. They needed to make it a museum of West African arts that will cover the entire, so that they will not think that it's all about Edo. So we said, okay, but can you talk about a museum in this great Benin kingdom without factoring the monarchy into your consideration? He said, well, they needed to just go it alone, like a trustees, And it will shock you, my brother, beyond the lies being canvassed by Obaseki and his fellow liars. That name, Edo Museum of West African Arts, was registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission as a business enterprise and oscillating between a business enterprise and trustees, guaranteed by public trust. So it's in between from the records we have. So when they tell you it is a trustees, a non-governmental organization, it's
No
all
profit
lies.
organization.
And,
Hmm.
and the core driver of that particular initiative is the Edo State government that has spent 3.8 billion
Wow.
on that project before any donor started bringing money. And if you look at their plaque of those who committed resources into that particular museum, Edo State is number one at the top of it, followed by other individuals in the different categories of those who donated to that particular museum. Now, they wanted to do a preview this last Sunday about that museum. They invited their partners, but the Edo State government, that was the core in terms of initial funding for that particular museum, was not invited on Sunday, 9th of November, to be
Correct.
part of those who will do a preview. They went and fixed a review on a Sunday 9 a.m. when they know that people will be in the churches.
Wow.
So that was what they did. Now, we have been listening to people who say, you would not want investment in Edo, want to do this, want to do that. Talking about the location, they demolish the old central hospital in Benin, demolish the mortuary,
Hmm.
demolish the other structures, and left the specialist hospital that Oshomole built when he was in government, and took almost 6 hectares of
Ah.
plots And in all of that, they are now saying that our investment of 3.8 billion was a donation and no longer investment, different from what they presented at the Corporate Affairs Commission.
Wow.
About that particular project. So we now ask them, you are building a museum here just beside Oba Akezua Cultural Center. You are taking over lands and everything. If Edo is donating 3.8 billion and it has donated that in building that pavilion, and you are taking our land without providing that land as an equity, overnight you are now calling it what do you call a non-governmental organization guaranteed by trustees.
Trustee.
What becomes Edo? Does a state government donate money up to the tune of 3.8 billion naira into a project that it will not get anything? You say you Edo people are going to be employed. You are calling some bogus figures as those who will be employed. For God's sake, we are not kids. We are quite exposed. We travel across the world. We've visited museums and all of that. But the conceptualization of this one and the implementation of the opening has Edo state government as the core. And whatever resources you invest there are resources belonging to the taxpayers. So the money they have gotten from different countries all over the world is well over 100 million euro. We are interested in knowing where that particular money is.
Went.
We are interested because this is a huge scam. And for those who care to listen, when you want to build a project, you want to promote an idea, you have to come to the table with your clean hands. They say he who seeks equity must come with clean hands.
Correct.
We are not with hunting anybody. We are only saying, for God's sake, follow proper protocol. The same mentality that greeted the mower or anyone you call it is the same mentality that visited the Radisson Hotel.
Wow.
One of the so-called legacy projects of Godwin Obaseki. In the case of the Radisson Hotel, the state government went to the stock market, obtained a 25 billion naira bond, and invested that money in Radisson, in what they now call Radisson Hotel. They bought an existing structure called Ritz Hotel, 2 billion. They sought the services of a contractor who was to build and reshape that particular structure and add other ancillary designs to it for 15 billion. Barely 3 months before Obaseki left office, that contractor did variation and added 7.5 billion to 15 billion, taking the budget to 22.5 billion in the name of variation. They were citing exchange rate volatility and all kinds of other factors as the reason. Now, Edo State has spent about 31 billion into that project. We are still paying the bond on the basis of 385 million every month from our IGR. Then he brought his friend from the southeast who registered a company in May 2024, barely 5 months to Obaseki exit from power. He said that his friend brought in 10 billion naira to that project. And at the end of the day, he ceded 80% ownership to that his friend who spent 10 billion. And Edo State that has spent 31 billion, they gave us 20%. Minority spender getting majority shares.
Correct.
It's only in Obaseki economics that you see all those kind of bestiality, inanities, and fraud of the highest order. So we are now saying if we are paying money, we cannot invest at 1 billion into a project, we are getting 20%. That is why the governor called for a public hearing by writing to the state assembly, both on the Radisson and on MOA. So when they tell you that museum, this, the CFO of that particular land is bearing Edo Museum of West African Arts and not Museum of West African Arts.
Wow.
They were too much in a hurry. They didn't change the documents. So what we have now is Edo Museum of West African Arts as the right owner of that CFO, which they procure with just 50,000 naira.
Wow.
So when we are talking from the position of strength, having full custody of some of the documents that make up all of that transaction. So when they talk to you, please remind them of all of this.
Okay.
What was the reason for changing Edo Museum of West African Art to Museum of West African Art at the eve of Obaseki's departure from power in 2024?
Okay. Honorable Commissioner.
What was the reason for hurriedly going to appoint one of his former commissioners, Prince Obaitan, as a member of that MOA and appointing him as the royal father of that project when he installed the man against the normative order in Ososo? So he was claiming to his donors that there is a royal father representing the traditional institutions in the states. And because those ones will not have time to quickly juggle up the figures and look at the issues and scenario, they will be carried, they were being fooled. So this is what they call international 419 of the first order.
Yeah, God bless you, Honorable Commissioner. The FBI call it a Ponzi scheme. They set up a Ponzi scheme.
It was a Ponzi scheme.
Yes. What I see here, I have everything you have said. There's when you speak, I monitor the way the words are going. And beside that, even not because you say you don't want to hear anything about what he said or how they said it, that question was thrown to him by his boy. It's even his boy that asked him a question. Bishop, please, if you are talking on the phone, you might want to come back to the studio. Or you're sleeping, I don't know. So, that is it on that one. So let's go ahead. He asked him, why was he removed from Imowa to Moa? Do you know that the governor of Edo State dodged that question? He did not answer it. That is where
he will not answer because that is where the fraud lies.
No,
yes.
I'm following you. I'm with you.
Okay.
I've told you that the records with the CAC where they register it is different from what they are parading now. Obaseki's staff, Philip Iheanacho, from Afri-Invest, is the one he appointed as the driver. Then his MD of Afri-Invest, Chioke, is the one that is also a trustee member. Then there's another Elizabeth, another of his staff, that is also part of it. So when you look at it, he just he appointed people who are fronting for him. And they will use that one to be making a kill of whatever comes into that. Ask them what have they spent the over 100 million euros they've gotten. What have they spent it on? Because the state government solely built that place with the sum of 3.8 billion. Only 300 million naira. But their own quantity surveyor said they will need 4.1 billion to finish the building. And they provided 3.8 billion.
Honorable Commissioner, there's something I wanted to. There's something I wanted to. Thank you very much. I'm fine. You've been speaking very well and loud. Now, assessing Mevolo's 1 year in office. Yesterday, the former governor rubbished it. Obaseki in one platform like that. He rubbished it saying that Mevolo 1 year. I think I overheard someone telling me that Mevolo 1 year cannot be compared to his 1 year. Now, how will you assess Governor Mevolo's 1 year compared to Obaseki 1 year? Because I know you were also in Obaseki's 1 year that time. You know a little about it. Go ahead, sir.
I was never in Obaseki's government, please.
He was not there.
I was never. I never supported.
In APC.
No, I never supported Obaseki. I worked against him when he came on board even when we were in government together. And I told people that he was going to be a nemesis.
Okay, before Honorable Commissioner, sorry to cut it off. Before we go into that, we want to iron this MOA 3.8 billion because Obaseki, on the record, I have the video. He agreed that the donor, the foreign donors, that they have received over 30 million euro. It's on the record.
30?
He said over. He did not have a figure.
No. Well, getting close. Well, it's over 100 million.
30 is small. Yeah, okay. 30 is small. He lowered it to deceive people. We have a record of over 200 million.
Okay. So,
I'm saying he lowered it to deceive people.
Bishop, I'm saying what Obaseki agreed on.
Yeah.
He said they have raised over 30 million euros. Yeah. Now, the budget for that MOA was 4.something billion naira. And those states
4.1
billion naira. Those states single-handedly spent 3.8 billion. So now, even the 30 million euro, which is equivalent to about 35 or 37 million dollars that Obaseki agreed that he have received, where did he spend that money on? Yeah. Are you people going to investigate that, Honorable Commissioner?
We will not only investigate, we will hand him over to the relevant security agency for prosecution.
Okay.
It is the fraud of the highest order.
Correct. And
right
quick. Yeah. Are you going to involve the foreign like Interpol or the FBI or Europol for this investigation?
Don't worry. Don't preempt us. Don't worry. We know what to do, my brother. Okay. The world is a global village.
Correct.
And there is no hiding place for people who are sharpshooters, people who indulge in financial malfeasance and profligacy. So we know the appropriate step to take at the right time. But we want to finish all our investigations and come to a conclusion about the realities and the oddities of MOA. So Obaseki can choose to poo-poo the achievements we have recorded in 1 year, but Okpebolo's 1 year is comparable to Obaseki's 4 years. And I can
Okay.
tell you that because I know the entire local government of Edo State, all the things they claim they did when we came on board, we didn't see them. They almost killed the civil service, no promotion, no recruitment. They were running Edo with consultants, and in the process, he established 41 agencies run by consultants, including Alagodaro Summit. They turned it into an agency. When we came on board, the governor has recruited close to 1,000 Edo persons into the civil service. He has recruited 5,000 teachers into the civil service. He has recruited 2,500 Edo sons and daughters into the security corps, trained by the military to help us beef up security intervention across the 18 local governments of the state. He has given to Nigerian police over 60 Hilux vans, brand new, not refurbished. He has also given over 400 motorcycles to all of you to access communities that are not easily accessible by vehicle. We have set up a command structure in Edo Central. We have set up a command structure in Okbela, where I come from, with over 100 police to man that area. And so when you see the kind of interventions we are put into security, you will appreciate why crime rate has dropped. We have been fighting cultism. When you are prosecuted and you are found wanting, your building is demolished as a deterrent to others. This singular action has attracted global attention. Only yesterday, we had BBC radio from London. They came to interview the governor on that particular issue of anti-cultism of his and how he's driving it, because they know the nefarious activities of different cult groups all over the world. He has recovered over 68 secondary and primary schools in the state, provided them with tables and chairs. This is not ESA, this is IMAC. You can see them. We did a documentary of all of this in his 1 year. He has built over 60 primary health care centers completed. We have opened a general hospital opposite Kada Fries, stocked with equipment as a stopgap measure, because Edo has no general hospital in Benin as we speak. So we had to do that short, pending when we finish Stella Obasanjo Hospital. We are going to be paying 7.2 billion naira debt on Stella Obasanjo Hospital, for which he invited former President Olusegun Obasanjo to commission when the project was just 50% completed. The mortuary of the hospital has not been built. The hospital has not been plastered. The landscaping has not been done. Electricity has not been taken there. So there are quite a number of things that have not been done. Yet he commissioned it in a hurry, left 7.2 billion naira debt on our neck. The ERO Education Hub, we are owing them 3.2 billion because Basaki refused to pay them. The contractors have been on our neck, crying that they took money from the banks to commence those projects, and Basaki left them without paying. When we did our asset verification, the number of roads he gave out for construction or whatever you call them, over 60, they are being owed 187 billion naira based on the claims when we did our investigation, unpaid. Edo presently go to debt management office. Obaseki left a debt of 705 billion naira.
Wow.
For us. The records are there. He told us he received 1.68 trillion naira in 8 years, both from IGR and from federal allocation. Now, IGR, we inherited 5.5 billion naira monthly. We have taken that 5.5 billion naira to 9.5 to 10 billion naira monthly now, because we have blocked all the leakages, and so there is so much coming into the coffers of the state government from the internally generated revenue. But when you leave that one, Ambrose Ali University, he was paying the consultant 57 million naira monthly, but he was giving 41 million naira as subvention to the university. He was owing them about 15 to 16 months salary arrears. That's what we inherited. Now the governor has taken 41 million to 500 million naira monthly as subvention. And the university in EMO, they are getting 250 million naira every month for subvention. The salary arrears have been cleared. A substantive vice chancellor has been put in place. A governing council chairman by Chief Dan Obi has been put in place. So we are Ekeadolo College of Education. He closed it down, sacked all the lecturers without paying them. We have started paying them 3 years arrears of salary. So if you see people jubilating in Edo, it is because we are addressing the issues one after the other. All the halitosis of misgovernance, all the so-called legacy projects they told us about, we are not seeing them. Yes, they built ShopRite. That's okay. That's the only thing we can say that we inherited, but we don't even know those who took over all the shops and where the money went. They built Gulf Mills opposite 4th Brigade in GRA in Benin. They appropriated all the flats to themselves. That was where Obaseki lived before he exited power. They told us about Motan Gardens. We don't know who benefited. They sold it to themselves, and only God knows. We didn't see a trace of Kobok entering into government coffers. When he was leaving, he didn't give us handover notes. The transition committee that was set up when we met, they were just busy telling us what they were doing. Then, because they said they were running e-government, they shut down the system, and so that we will not be able to access any document. But thank God that the Governor Pueblo is also an IT expert. He was able to get his colleagues together, and we started unlocking all those codes that were blocked. So we are getting additional information from the back end, and that's why they are in shock that we are in possession of certain documents. He didn't hand over one paper to Okpebolo as a record of his performance or the status. That was why Okpebolo set up asset verification committee, for which I was a member.
Okay.
So there are so many things to be said, but again, those who know how to champion the cause of propaganda, those who can run their commentaries in very ridiculous language with very wrong narration, can deceive the people all the time, but they can't deceive all the people in some specific occasions. So we are able to unravel Obaseki as we speak. We are removing his clothes one after the other to see the rotten underbelly of the Edo collective. And for a man who presided over the collective patrimony of Edo State to be thinking that having left power, that he will still be able to correct the wrongs he did, I think we'll be missing the point. Roads in Edo State, we inherited a very dangerous scenario, very parlous state of our roads. And anytime he drives on those roads, when people are shouting, you will go and put signboard. Sorry, this is federal government road. We are sorry that we cannot fix them. Sapele Road, we are expanding Sapele Road as we speak. Send any of your person to go there. They will see that People are working there every day. We are expanding it and arresting the flooding in that area. We have also commenced overhead overhead bridge at Adesuwa Junction. Send somebody there tomorrow morning, you will see them walking. We are not just talking. We walk the talk. If you go to Uromi, you will weep when you see the state of the roads. We went for campaign during the by-election. I personally wept when I saw the road from Ubiaja to Ilushi, when I saw the road within Uromi, when I saw the road to Ogboha, and apart from the roads that Oshomole did, there is no road that you can think of under Obaseki. There, from Iru Ekpe to Sabogedaura, a state road, was abandoned. So it is now that the governor has just awarded it. Ekpoma Axis was completely abandoned. Now we have recovered that because the work on that axis is almost about 80% completed. They are using concrete to fix that particular road with serious iron support. So we can, in Akoko Edo, we have done some road going to Kakumo and all of that, complete. In Benin, we are opening the road from Temboga through University of Benin to the bypass so that you won't have to be passing through Ugbawo. And so there are so many things that we are doing. The technical colleges they built that they abandoned, we have bought equipment and people are working there, learning skills, very unique skills. So when they talk, what about Ekenwa Road? They abandoned it. We have completed it and even dualized it up to the SRT barracks, and we are taking it down to Gelegele. The work is ongoing as we speak. So when we talk with facts and figures. We are not noisemaker. The governor talks less, but he does more. And so I will want Obaseki to come and walk the street of Benin. Let him come and walk the street of Benin. A man who has performed should not have any fear of his shadow. He should come and walk the street of Benin. Let us see. If you can come to Benin and walk the street, and people are clapping for him, if they won't pet him, then they will know that what we are saying is lie. So it is convenient for them to run the wrong narration because they are sitting in their comfort zone, gallivanting from country to country, from Rome to London, Canada to Edinburgh. They got to Edinburgh, they went to a beer parlor, they were drinking palm wine and all that, and they were hailing him. And we have since told him that he should please stop punishing that poor woman, that is his wife. That woman is tired, running from one village to one town, city to another in the name of meeting Edo people in diaspora. Edo people in diaspora should be asking specific questions. It is not just about being blinded
And she
by
has
the
been
cause
wearing
of
the
these
same
people.
shirt. Honorable, she has been wearing the same shirt, the
Yes.
same cap.
So we are saying that please pity that woman, bring her home, let her come and enjoy her retirement. She's a staff of back of industry. Don't take her to be running around everywhere. Nobody is chasing you. Okwebolo has not chased Baseki. He has not even said the word yet. The man is running. Where is he running to? So if he wants to be drinking palm wine in beer parlors all over Europe and the Americas, no problem. But as far as we are concerned, we have a duty to protect the sanctity of leadership in Edo State. Taxpayers' money must be accounted for. Even we that are in government today, tomorrow they will call us to account for our stewardship. So when people are in power, they should not display conquistadorial mentality as if the end will never come. They should not behave so draconially and in a dictatorial manner as if they own life and death. They threatened that they were going to make Nigeria ungovernable, but they didn't wait. Even now that Nigeria is still governable, they didn't wait, he ran away. So all his buccaneers, economic predators, Lagos Cowboys gang, they have all vanished. Before, they converted Edo into gang rape. They raped Edo, bled Edo to high heavens. They come on Monday from Lagos. They stay in Protea Hotel, carry briefcases, they write proposals, they get money. On Friday, they go to Lagos Boat Club to go and enjoy our money. That was why we resisted the urge to bring another Lagos cowboy to come and take over those collective patrimony. And we're happy that Edo people are very enlightened, very wise, very mobilized, very conscientized. They understand the issues. An average Bola seller can tell you what is happening in the society. An average Akara seller can tell you what's happening. If you come to Benin and ask people, nightlife has returned in Benin. People go out in the night to do night business and all of that because we have reduced the insecurity rate. You don't hear secret court killing one person today, killing 5 people tomorrow, killing 3 people the next tomorrow. You don't hear it anymore. So anybody who is trying to give us a bad name, we will look at the motive of such an individual. When you listen to them, you see that they are just cultivating lies and lies and lies. Imagine a PDP party that is presently in disarray complaining about the fact that we are building flyover. Is flyover not a good thing to address the traffic jam in Ramat Park area? And they are telling me that why are we building flyover? The one at Adesuwa, they say, why are we doing it? We should go and do GRA roads. Were the GRA roads not bad during their time for 8 years? Why didn't they fix GRA roads? So these are the level of contradictions and hypocrisy that has dominated public discourse within the confines of PDP's political party. But we're not going to be distracted. We are very focused. We are very determined to ensure that we recover Edo and restore its lost glory.
We're going to thank you, Honorable Commissioner. I have 2 more things I was going to touch. First of all, I want to thank you and thank His Excellency Senator Monday Okpewolo. Why do I say that? Towards the end of the former Governor Godwin Obaseki, I was in Nigeria. I remember sending a message to them. Why do they allow lawlessness to take over Edo State while they are still in government? Dead bodies. There was cop killing in Opa, everywhere. There was no, it was completely like a war zone. And that was one of the reasons what attracted me to His Excellency Senator Monday Okpewolo. I don't know how you all did it. I want to give you all the credit, and I want you to relate this to the governor, that alone, it touched me every time I think about it. I don't know how he did it. I remember sending a message to the government official in 2024, early November. 5 people were down, were taken down in Upper. Uselu, dead body everywhere. But
everywhere.
Okpewolo okay. And he was able, I don't know how he did it. The magic he used, I want to say it in the public domain. Thank you, Your Excellency, for what you have done for protecting lives and property in Edo. So that being said, I want to ask this Honorable Commissioner. There is what they call a emergency command center. It's right by, like going to policemen, by State CID right there on your right by, like, I think is it Igbinedion, Chief Igbinedion Road is there. It's on your right. I don't know if you know about it. Emergency command center. Are you aware of that?
Yes, they launched emergency command center before they left. That is, they handed it over to Nigerian police. I wouldn't know whether they are using it, whether they are not using it, whether it's functional.
Okay. Can you relate? Oh, the network. Please, Princess, you all need to share this video. I did not say that from the beginning to the end. Everybody, you are calling me like 100 times. You all want to call, but you all are not sharing. I'm not picking any call. This is not call and answer. No, I'm not picking any call. We just brought this Honorable Commissioner to come and educate, because we heard about Obaseki yesterday. Even some of the things he said, I know it was a lie. Concerning the command center, sir, I visited there.
Yes, the command center. Do you do command center where you have bad roads everywhere in Edo? How do you run to those places, even where you place call across? You see, first things first, you must build the architecture
That's correct.
of the state. Have free-flowing traffic, free-flowing roads before you start talking about command center. All of these things are what we call obubuyaya, because it is convenient for them to say, oh, they have built command center, but they left Nigerian police in 8 years of Obaseki. He could always buy 15 refurbished Hilux vans for police. The vehicles that Dangote donated to all states in Nigeria, they put their name as if they were the one who bought them for police. You will easily see those cars. They put Wabaziga, and all that. Our own, we have brand new Hiluxes donated. Only last week, the governor donated 10 additional Hiluxes brand new to the command in Edo Central, particularly those areas that are
We have a network. Guys, please share this video. Everyone need to go ahead and share this video. You all keep calling. I'm not answering any call today. We are here to get the records. Say, Princess, everyone need to share this video. We lost you, sir. I don't know.
So what I'm saying is that in Edo Central, there is a command structure. The governor to plead with Nigerian military to please bring some soldiers in that axis. He built a place for them where they are happy to checkmate kidnapping and other crime and criminalities in that area. In Edo North, they have beefed up the police station in Okola. In fact, they have even given us an area command that is presently being built. And about 100 and something police, were taken there to checkmate influx of people from that axis into Edo State.
Network. Yeah, he's gonna be back.
They run away because Edo State is like a transit state. If you are going to South, you pass Edo. You are going to Southeast, you pass Edo. You are going to the North, you pass Edo. You are going to Southwest, you pass Edo. So people come from these neighboring states to commit crime and run back. But they are having it hot now. When they kidnap anybody, our hunters and our Edo Security Corps go with them into the bush, and they get them released, with all kinds of casualties from the other side. So we are not resting. You can't have a perfect situation, but for God's sake, the intervention that the governor has put is something that is cheering news to a lot of us.
Okay, my other question is concerning Osiomo power. I know after this we want you to be coming regularly to educate a lot of Edo, because in any community you allowed lies and smear tactics to have freedom, they will take over the community without like you came now. A lot of people are writing here, this is not what Obaseki said yesterday. That is not what he said, because I know Obaseki. I know him very well. He's a master manipulator. He know how to He know how to prey on people's head. So let's leave that. Concerning Osiomo power, when I visited Nigeria, I was told by Obaseki administration that government have a share in it. And I asked a question: why is this Osiomo no power individual houses, private houses? I was told that is step 2, that they are now on stage 1, that the next stage is going to be stage 2. All of a sudden, after they lost the election, we are now hearing that Osiomo power. Can you enlighten us about that? I know you are tired.
Well, before you... on Osiomo, when we were doing our asset verification, we invited the owner, or the so-called owner, the promoter and the driver of Osiomo. And we said, we understand that Edo State has a hand in this. He said Edo State contributed about 700 million initially, and that money was paid back to the government.
Obaseki.
And that we have no hand in it. Now, Osiomo, they did a dedicated line. They call it 33 kVA. that supplies electricity to government house and government secretariats and all of that. But on that same dedicated line, Edo State was paying roughly 189 million naira every month for consumption. No meter, estimated billing. Now that University of Benin Teaching Hospital, a federal agency, was also connected to that 33 kVA. And instead of Edo State government, they were paid Oshomo direct.
Wow.
OT Hotel, the same thing. And quite a number of establishments that were queued on 33 kVA.
Sir, sorry to cut you. Are you saying that OT Hotel, bills of OT Hotel, the government were paying it?
They were OT was paid to Oshomo, but they were connected on government line.
On government, that is a fraud.
Yes. So we're now asking, how do we know what we consume from 33 kVA line if people are connected to it, UBTH, this one, that one? Then the man said, well, they have a way of defraying the cost. We say no. If anybody is connected to 33 kVA that is belonging to government, you let the people to pay to government so that it will be able to lessen the burden that we pay every month.
Correct.
So the governor now decided to call BEDC and said, let us negotiate based on your wattage. And at the end of the day, we got a good deal from BEDC. And we also went a step further to put inverter in all everything in government house. So we have 24 hours of power. If BEDC goes off, inverter takes off immediately. You won't even know. So now Oshomo now got into problem with their investor, the Chinese people. The Chinese are the ones that are the real owners of Oshomo, according to what we now learn. Now the Oshomo people were unable to pay dividends to the Chinese owners. Those ones now felt angry and said they were going to take over their property. Chinese people, they don't play with those kind of investments.
Right.
So that was what led to the altercation that people were reading about in social media and other media outlets. We have nothing to do with Oshomo. It is not our business. It is a private business. They can drive it. But we can't be paying so much. It is like funding them or funding someone else somewhere. There's too much of secrecy, woven around Oshomo. So we decided to stay away. And that's what the governor did. So we are not all the companies they said they brought on board. A lot of them were shrouded in secrecy.
Okay, in about 10 minutes, I'll let you go, Honorable Commissioner. Don't worry when
you
leave.
Less than that. 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes. Let me quickly throw this in. I cannot do this without asking about Saro Farm land that was collected from individual, including my village. Over 100,000 hectares was taken from my village. So, and
117,000. No, 117,000.
Okay, 117,000. Okay, good. Thank you for correcting me. I'm not there. So, what are you people going to do about it? That is number one. Number two, all this land that was given to private investors, is the governor going to, make them to pay the actual, do evaluation on the actual price that's supposed to be, or is it what are you are you like Oshomo Power? We heard they are using.
We are going to return lands to their owners, and like the one they took from Captain Osa of blessed memory. The governor has returned it to him because he has a very big farm.
Oh, that's true.
Greenhouse.
Bypass.
So in fact, maybe by next week Monday we are going to gazette it. I mean, possession of the governor's return letter to
Okay.
the Captain Ufa family.
Okay.
So we are reviewing all of them, making sure that we give to people who were unduly denied the opportunity to preside over their farmlands.
Okay.
So there's
Okay.
no problem about that.
That's
Yes.
good. Thank you, Honorable Commissioner. God bless you. Thank you. You have been doing outstanding job. Even before you came into power, we heard about it. I was one of the first person to be excited because I watch you with Shure. You know me, Shure. We were very good friends, and I bombarded him. So when I saw the interview, I said, that is a Doma. God bless you,
we,
Honorable Commissioner.
we understand the issues, we understand the dynamics, and I want to commend you. I want to thank you. Continue to use your platform to educate people. They should not be carried away by sentiment. Things must be done properly. If you build a house on quicksand, it will not stand the test of time. Don't distort the cultural ingenuity of Edo State and by extension, Benin City. Don't also undermine the royalty, the benevolence, and the respect that should be given to our Oba of Benin, Omonobane Dukwa Kolokola Obaiwari II. If you are a Benin son and you don't give respect to your king, foreigners or outsiders will not accord your king the same respect that you are not giving him. So what we are doing, we are restoring the sanctity of that monarchy. We have restored the full powers of Oba Benin. For the first time in the history of Benin royalty, he came and spent 4 hours with us on Wednesday. 4 hours. Omonoba was there, seated in the hall, listening to all our documentaries, our engagements to mark our 1 year in office. Before then, last week Friday, a week now, he came to pay a courtesy call on the governor right inside government house. So that was where he presented his own dimension to the issue of MOA or a MOA or a legacy trust fund or anything you can call it. So when you are called a king of Omonoba stature, he's deserved respect. A man who has been a seasoned diplomat, a cosmopolitan mind, who is well versed in global affairs, and now coming to preside over the throne of his forefathers. You naturally will accord him respect because that will be the sanctity of our tradition, culture, and our heritage. So Edo State and Edo people are bound together by one destiny. They say Edo Okpamahin. We are one.
Correct.
And that sense of homogeneity that binds us together should be further promoted by unity, stability, and robust engagement, constructive dialogue, not destructive criticism. So that together we can build a new Edo. That's why our new slogan is rebuilding a new Edo for generations to come. We may not have answers to all the imperfections and the challenges confronting us by virtue of paucity of funds, but for God's sake, we have made appreciable impact and intervention in critical sectors of the Edo economy. Security, health, infrastructure, natural resources, and education. Nobody can deny us those interventions. If they are denied, let them come. We'll provide security. We'll go around to see for themselves projects. We are not pretending about what we are doing. We are not doing propaganda. If I tell you something as this, I'll tell you the place. Go there, you will see it. So the PDP in the states, they are crying, and the more they cry, the happier we become. As they pain them, they sweet us. As they sweet us, they pain them. As they pain them, they sweet us. As they sweet us, they pain them. Thank you very much.
I beg.
Good night.
His Excellency, we don't know how he's getting money, but however he's getting it, may God Almighty bless him. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Guys, as you all can see, truth, when you are speaking the truth, you smile all the way. You don't do calculation. When I watch former governor, I watch a little bit. I've not finished. I watched 30 minutes of it. I was shocked to see numbers of lies. Too much lies. Even what I know. Number one, he said that government don't have money. That today was the first day I call the former governor master of manipulator. He's a genius in manipulating people. The former governor. When I saw that, he said that government don't have money to build museum, but you collected 3.8 billion. You budgeted for that museum, MOA. Now they are going to be calling it Edo Royal Museum if they can change the name. And Obaseki agree that they can change the name, that he don't care. But those people that he put in it, you can see his workers that he put in that trustee. They are all foreign. No Edo. There's no 2% of Edo name there. All River, Igbo, Lagos name. So Epa Obaseki came to Edo to cash in, and he have succeeded. Obaseki is a master manipulator. So, and for those of you who are enemy of Palace that will go and do meet and greet tomorrow, I want you all to know, anybody that go and do meet and greet with the former governor of Edo State is an enemy of the land. It's Orionba. Orionba is the one that associates with Orionba. And you see, I started this program today. I never tell anybody to share. I wanted to see how you are going to do it by yourself. Then I found out that a lot of people are saying, Tinubu, Okpaiwolo. You people cannot do what President Tinubu is doing. You cannot do what His Excellency Senator Okpaiwolo is doing. I don't buy view. Unlike Obaseki boys that buy views. All of a sudden, I am the only Edo man that have gotten 7,800 authentic viewer. And the former chief of staff, impeccable chief of staff, was there. He was there when I log in. He was there when the view moved. Ba. So he was there. That was a convention. And the second time was 6,900. So nobody can beat that. Nobody can beat it. Authentic. I don't have time to buy view. If it is one person that comes, that watch it, it will be one person. If it is two, it will be two. So I want to let you all know that. So, however, for those of you who just come here and watch and not share, I've said it. What Tinubu is doing, you cannot do it. All you people know how to do is just talk. I have to keep telling even some of my people that was here, they are my follower. I went to their page. They did not even share. So that is it. And I want to thank the Honorable Commissioner and the Governor of Edo State. You can see a former governor is like he's just naked on the street. All the lies. In about 2-3 days now, we are going to play that video. We don't want to put that video in this broadcast at all. They don't want to entertain, force, or lie, agabagebe talk that him and his Orionba did yesterday. They don't want to even entertain it. So I'm very happy we cover a lot of space. You heard when everything is said, how they crash the computer, how they lock it up before they left. And they will go and be telling people, hey, they didn't come. They were talking about money. The former governor is a master manipulator. That is all I can say. The governor is working. His Excellency is working. Congratulations to you, Your Excellency. You are doing a standing job. The enemy are crying. They shocked that, everybody caught this video. Let you hear it. Former governor told, according to the proposal, they said they were going to spend 4.1 billion for that museum, and Edo State spent 3.8 billion. So only 300 million. And Obaseki agreed that he received over 30 million euro. Where is that money? So, I mean, I'm just tired. I'm tired, man. I'm just tired. Yeah, no. It's too much. The fraud is too much. The fraud is too much. It's too much. Obungwe. So I love you guys. Good night, everyone. So that is all. So that is it. The enemy of Oba is enemy of Oba. Ogbeti. Obaseki boy is an enemy of the palace. Thank God the governor of Edo State, His Excellency, Senator Modokpewolo, is doing a standing job. And thank you all for those of you who are here who share the video. Thank you. Loma, call me. Thank you. Bye. Good night, everyone.
Politics, you do for those men. ABC, we are very, very happy. We want to say thank you, ABC. ABC, we are very, very grateful for the things you do for Edo State. ABC, we are very, very happy. We want to say thank you, ABC. See the streets is shining, the light is glowing, development everywhere, construction in the state, see everything, now the party go, school, thank you everything, hospital, standard level, and the road, thank you everything, everything, we are very, very great, for the things you do for Edo State, infrastructure, everything, we are very, very high.
Akpako Wonder, Akpako Bulldozer, Akpako Caterpillar, Akpako Changer, Akpako Spiritual, Akpako Talk and Do, Akpako Rescue, The Transformer. Edo is shining. Edo is really, really shining. Now me talking. Edo people. Now me mega comrade Ranomigo. Upewolo de wako. Upewolo de wako. APC is working in Edo State.
Politics, you do for Edo State. APC, we are very, very happy. We want to say thank you, APC. APC, we are very, very grateful for the things you do for Edo State. APC, we are very, very happy. We want to say thank you, APC. See the streets is shining, the light is glowing, development everywhere, construction in the state, see everything, now the party go, school, thank you everything, hospital, standard level, and the road, thank you everything, everything, we are very, very great, for the things you do for Edo State, infrastructure, everything, we are very, very high.
Jagaban, Baba Asiwaju, the Jagaban and his son, Governor Okpebolo, is working. Jagaban, Akpakumiza, Akpakumiza.